So I just came back from a rare Saturday screening of what I consider to be a cinematic surf and turf, if you will. Steak and lobster. In this case, we have Lego and Batman thrown in the mix together, provided a visual feast, if you will. I myself, growing up, I love Batman. I still do. I love Legos. I still do. So I was very excited to see them put together like this, particularly after the success of the first Lego movie. So is this actually worth the hype? Let's talk about it. And with that, I'm welcoming you to another episode of The Real Mentor, where my goal, as always, is to enhance your movie watching experience. So Lego Batman, the original Lego movie came out back in 2014. Had Batman as one of the characters in there. A movie which took me by surprise. I actually really liked that movie, surprised about how well that came out. So obviously Will Arnett, who's the voice of Batman, is back for this one as well. The same creative team, not the directors, but the writers, producers, and all that are back to bring you the next movie in the Lego franchise. And off the bat, let me say that I really enjoyed this movie. This movie was pure fun. Now, if you guys are familiar with the original Lego, some of the same kind of comedies here is a movie that's geared for kids, but adults can get a lot of enjoyment out of it. Of course, we have this, but this one, the difference between that Lego and this one is obviously this is centered solely around Batman. This is a Batman story per se. I was kind of curious what they would do. So we have Batman, of course, protecting Gotham City, and we have he's pitted against, as always, his arch nemesis, the Joker, who's voiced by Zach Galifianakis, who did a pretty good job. And we have him along with Joker and along with the full rogues gallery of the Batman villains, from Two-Face, obviously the Riddler and what have you, and a bunch of other made-up criminals in the rogues gallery, which are actually very creative. They're all going up against Batman. Batman has to find a way, of course, to save Gotham City, and it was really well done. It's actually a pretty good Batman story per se. Now, what's good about this one is it explores a lot of cool themes. We have obviously the Joker, who and the Batman, they're exploring what the relationship between each other and what one needing the other. I kind of like how that played out. We also have Batman trying to come to grips with the fact that he actually needs to have rely on his friends, rely on his partners, if you will, to help save the day. So we have those kind of things going on. They seem a bit heavy, but they're not. Trust me, this movie is pure comedy. I was laughing from beginning to end for the most part. Super enjoyable. The animation looks really cool. A lot of great cameos from other franchises are thrown in here, much like the first Lego movie was. And ultimately, a lot of the kids in the theater were laughing. The adults were enjoying it. It's a great fun movie. It's so entertaining. What this movie does so well, it kind of parodies itself. It parodies Batman, which is what the Lego movies and even the games tend to do. So if you're familiar with all the movies and the TV shows and all that, there's a lot of Easter eggs and jokes thrown specifically for those pure Batman fans, as I am, which is great. But the comedy is broad here. Don't get me wrong. This is not just for Batman fans at all. They do a really good job. And again, I like the self-referencing that they do a lot in this movie. Very meta humor, which is great. Ultimately, it's not quite as good as the original Lego movie, but that's okay. It's still a fun, entertaining ride. And the kids, the families, they're really going to enjoy it. I know one thing a couple of things, in the spirit of full disclosure, the only things that were a little bit off is not all the humor hits. I think maybe they throw so many jokes, they're just throwing it out there. They're throwing the kitchen sink at you. So much going on at one time. It's almost kind of what you see a couple of times. You may catch new things on screen, but not everything hits. Some of the jokes fall really flat, don't get me wrong. But for the most part, I'd say 70% of the jokes hit, and then 40% hit really well. So that's a really good ratio. And it's a little bit long, surprisingly, for an animated movie. Usually around 90 minutes is the ideal time. This one seemed like about 145, 150. The third act, it could have been shaved down 10 minutes there. But whatever, it's minor complaints at the end of the day. This is a really entertaining movie. I really enjoyed this. I'm glad that this year in animation's getting off to a good start, considering the good year we had last year. So I hope that continues. The bar has been set pretty high for the rest of the animated movies rest of the year. So Lego Batman, you guys are going to check it out. As always, let me know if you guys liked it. Comment below. And don't forget to subscribe below and feed my need to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. And one last thing before I go, don't forget to catch the Real Mentors podcast starring myself and my two co-hosts, where we talk TV, movies, have fun along the way, dive a lot about what's new, what to watch, what not to watch, a lot of movie news, what's going on in the world of Hollywood and movies and television. So you guys check it out on iTunes, Pocket Cast, for example, TuneIn Radio, pretty much anywhere you hear a podcast, you can check us out. And that's all I got, guys. So see you guys next time.